We have another Trump Truth Social post just out. The president again calling for a substantially lower interest rate the morning after the Federal Reserve decided against another rate cut after 3 reductions last year. Stock futures are rising slightly. There's a hate crime investigation in New York City after an attack last night appearing to target Jews.
The driver blames a mechanical issue after ramming at least 4 times into an entrance of the Chabad Lubavitch Orthodox Jewish World Headquarters. No injuries are reported.
This incident is currently being investigated as a hate crime.
NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch and Mayor Zoran Mamdani.
Any threat to a Jewish institution or place of worship must be taken seriously. Anti-Semitism has no place in our city. And violence or intimidation against Jewish New Yorkers is unacceptable.
Witnesses tell the New York Post the driver had been seen at other Shabbat locations in New Jersey over the last few months asking for spiritual guidance and that police had been called on him before. Chris Foster, Fox News.
It's been 1 year since a midair collision in Washington that left 67 people dead. 2 of them were the parents of an Olympic figure skater.
Maxim Nomov lost both of his parents, Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Nomov, when an American Airlines jet collided with an Army Black Hawk helicopter over the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. The 24-year-old is now preparing to compete for Team USA in the Winter Olympics next month, telling Fox's The Will Cain Show what the past year has been like for him.
A lot of people say that they've had a roller coaster of a year, and I kind of step back and think, man, I truly have, from the lowest of the low to the highest of the high.
After qualifying for his first Olympics earlier this month, Nomov held up a photo of him and his parents, who won gold together at the World Figure Skating Championships back in 1994. Tony Genualdo, Fox News.
At tennis's Australian Open, the women's final is now set. The top seed, Aryna Sabalenka, will face Elena Rybakina, who just beat American Jessica Pegula in the semis. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Thursday. It is January 29th, 2026, and you are in tune with News Radio for South Texas, the Valley's Morning News. Show producer Fred Cruz, and we have Jason Caterina from AccuWeather. I'm Sergio Sanchez. Thank you for making us a part of your morning. I hope you're listening to us on your smartphone. If you're not, go find the free app, Radio Para Mi. Go get it and listen to 710 KURV at Radio Para Mi. Hidalgo County receiving a state grant going to help build a water treatment plant, $75 million project. They say will provide about 5 million gallons of water each day. The Texas Water Development Board is giving Hidalgo County $15 million for this project, and they have raised about $30 million so far at county for that big project. An Edinburgh daycare employee has been arrested after allegedly striking a child in the face. A 45-year-old female employee was arrested this week on a charge of injury to a child. A woman reported that her child had several injuries after he was dropped off at daycare. The daycare worker arrested, bond given at $50,000. It's 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. Governor Greg Abbott is demanding that the state attorney general's office strip away the nonprofit status of the Council on American Islamic Relations, prevent it from operating in the state. A few months ago, the governor declared CARE and another group, the Muslim Brotherhood, as foreign terrorist organizations. The governor says that CARE is pretending to engage in charity by day and sponsoring terrorism by night. It's 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. The application process for the Texas School Choice Voucher Program kicks off next week, and now it includes pre-K. This is what parents should know about the program.
Those kids who qualify for the state's free pre-K program would also be eligible for a nearly $11,000 voucher to cover private school pre-K under the new Texas Education Freedom Account Program, or TIFA.
You can also qualify if you're a child that's unable to speak or comprehend English, child experiencing homelessness, or has ever been enrolled in the foster care program.
Also, the kids of public school teachers. Catherine Davis is with Child Care Associates. She says pre-K families will need additional documentation.
Qualifying based on income, that's going to be your tax documents. Qualifying based off of their child's language status, they're going to need to get the home language survey.
There is a TIFA information session set for Saturday in Fort Worth at Texas Wesleyan. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
KYOV.
Fascinating story now from the tech world. Here's a business note. So China saying that they're going to put artificial intelligence, AI, data centers in space.
Chinese state media reports the data centers will be launched over the next 5 years. The report said China's main space contractor has vowed to construct a gigawatt-class artificial intelligence infrastructure that will enable data from Earth to be processed in Earth's orbit. The report appears to challenge U.S. plans recently announced by Elon Musk. The SpaceX founder spoke at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland and said his company was planning to launch solar-powered AI data center satellites within 2 years, 3 at the latest. I'm Michael Kastner.
Time is 7:09. It is AccuWeather time. We want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. The team at Martin Farm and Ranch, always helpful. Always have what you need. You stop by, say hi to Dougie from us. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina is joining us. So we start today. Mid-Valley, mid-40s, and everybody else around 50-ish. How much cooler does it get like, and at what time does it get cooler starting tomorrow or maybe this weekend?
Tonight down to the low 50s, and then as we head on into tomorrow, during the day, it'll be cooler. The wind's shifting into the north tonight, so overall it should be a cooler day as a whole tomorrow with the northerly winds cranking along.
Right. So it crosses today, the cool front, or did it already cross, or what?
No, it should be a little bit later on. And again, there's really not a lot of actual front there. I mean, it's, just technically speaking, it's a front, but, it's just a cooler push of air for us. So there's really nothing of note along the front, maybe a little bit of extra cloudiness, a couple of showers offshore as we head through tomorrow morning, but
right.
No precipitation onshore, and like I said, with the front crossing later on and into the early part of the overnight, the winds will be shifting into the north there. So overall cooler during the day.
Did you look at tomorrow? Yeah. Did you look at the 7-10 day crystal ball at AccuWeather? What happens with us? Another cold front or any rain next week or anything like that?
A couple of showers Monday, maybe a morning shower in spots Tuesday, Wednesday, a little rain in the evening Wednesday night. So we've got the opportunity for some showers. Oh. Temperatures as a whole next week will be on the cooler side for the most part. Monday will be back up. We're coming out of the 60s. Sunday, in the 60s Sunday, low 60s, upper 50s and 60s, and then upper 60s, low 70s Monday. Tuesday, warm up near 80, and then Wednesday, mid and upper 70s.
No. We'd like to return that for 80s?
No. Near 80, upper 70s.
You know what it means, yeah. They say 79, it winds up being like 83, 84 around here.
And by Thursday of next week, another front comes through, so we'll be back down into the low 50s.
Okay, so today's AccuWeather forecast mid upper 70s, and then lows tonight in the 50s, and then as Jason said, highs mid 60s by tomorrow. So today we celebrate the corn chip. So around here it's either in Frito pie, right, or chilaquiles. Do you know what chilaquiles are? Just curious.
No idea.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't, not surprised. Yeah. We are quite industrious and creative. The Mexican culture, the chefs are. I tell you what, it's corn chips with homemade salsa, either tomato base with some pepper or pepper base, soupy refried beans. Maybe they'll put an egg on it and some cheese and just mix it all up. Yeah, it's really, really good. Now I'm craving, and I regret saying chilaquiles because I got to go find. Yes, sir.
Jason, whenever you come down, we're going to take you to all the good restaurants.
Yeah.
You can try it.
Sweet.
Yeah. And you can check off the list. Ding.
Yeah. No, you're taking. I'm not taking them. I don't want a middle-aged 5-year-old saying, I don't like, you know how he is. He's got the color of 5 years.
Yeah.
All right, pal. Call you next hour. AccuWeather. Jason Caterina on 710 KURV. The time is 7:12. Hey, stick around just a little bit. We have our friend, Jenny Vasquez with the Rio Grande Valley Builders Association. They had a powwow with Congresswoman Monica de la Cruz yesterday. Also, one of the reps from the National Home Builders Association. Labor shortages. That's the big pain right now in the industry. So, Bracero 2.0, things like that. We'll review some of the conversation that's coming up in just a little bit. Meantime, today is the start of the Texas Cannabis Conference, and it's bringing together politicians, And folks in the industry, they're talking about regulations in their industry.
Companies that make those gas station gummies and vapes laced with THC are forming plans to shoot down a federal ban, which goes into effect later this year. Heather Fazio with the Texas Cannabis Policy Center says they'll be coming up with an alternative that will be presented to lawmakers.
Protect minors, but don't shut down the industry.
She says the ban will shutter thousands of businesses, but also it will push people onto the streets in search of illegal drugs. Arrests, she says, will have a compounding negative effect on the economy.
That's Michael Board with that report. And Governor Greg Abbott is ordering public colleges, universities in the state to halt all H-1B visa petitions.
Abbott's freeze on H-1B visa applications runs through the end of the 2027 legislative session. Rice University political scientist Mark Jones calls this part of a Republican backlash.
And the belief that Republicans have that H-1B visas essentially bring in foreign citizens who either take jobs from Americans or depress wages for Americans.
The investigation into the H-1B visa program continues as well. Abbott is calling for colleges and universities to provide reports with the number of new or renewed visa petitions filed in 2025.
The difficulty that Abbott faces is the real abuse of H-1B visas to the extent to which it occurs in the private sector, not the public sector.
In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
710 KURV is the pulse of Rio Grande Valley business. And man, we're blessed to have joined the Rio Grande Valley Builders Association yesterday for their lunch, looking at some of the stress in construction right now, the delay in delivering the keys to the customers, business or home builders delivering those keys because of a slowdown created by lack of workers on the periphery of the industry, some of those cash-only jobs. We'll talk about that next on 710 KURV.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Save more with the #1 team in Texas, Burdock Buick GMC in Edinburgh. Take advantage of amazing savings and drive a new 2026 Buick Encore for just $149 a month. You heard right, just $149 a month. Plus, ask how you can make no payments for 90 days. We know who's #1, you, our valued customer. Come see Billy Kelly and his amazing team in Edinburgh today. We shop the competition so you don't have to at the #1 team in Texas. Come find out why Buick is exceptional by design today at Burdock Buick GMC in Edinburgh.
Dale gas!
We know your business needs more than just advertising. It needs results. At 710 KURV, we connect your brand with the right audience, the ones who actually buy. We offer powerful radio stations, active social media, streaming, digital products, fun promotions, and local influencers that truly connect with your customers. We're the most recognized and effective radio and multimedia group in the Rio Grande Valley and Northern Mexico. Call 956-992-8895 or visit radiounited.com.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour. It's Jeff Dunham, Saturday, January 31st, Payne Arena. Tickets on sale now only at jeffdunham.com.
More than just the headlines.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Stick around. Keep listening to the morning news on News Talk 710 KURV. Producer Freddie at some point will open up the WhatsApp line. You answer a trivia question on Jeff Dunham, who's going to be here this weekend at the Payne Arena. And Freddie will give you a couple of tickets to that concert with Jeff Dunham. So if you get the right answer. Freddie's a stickler. My goodness. Wow. You got to spell it right. You got to get the full title correct. Capitalize, the name, if it's a property, all those things. He's a real stickler. And then he awards a ticket. So
these are premium tickets.
Well, you're right.
Show,
it is Jeff Dunham.
We can't just give them away.
Yeah. And Ahmed, not Akbar, right? See, that's one of the things. No, you're disqualified. It's not Akbar. It's anyway. So stick around for your chance to win those Jeff Dunham tickets here on 710 KURV. And the studio with the Rio Grande Valley Builders Association is Johnny, our friend Johnny Vasquez. Yesterday, the Builders Association had a powwow with one of the National Builders Association chiefs and, of course, Congresswoman Monica de la Cruz. And the top topic of conversation was the labor shortages that some of the builders have seen, the delay in finalizing some of the construction around here. And if you missed that conversation, I encourage you to go back to 710 KURV our YouTube channel, 710 KURVX. And that first conversation yesterday at 9 o'clock with Sam from the National Group, touching on some of the potential visas that will be requested. For example, a temporary visa that would be requested by not only Valley builders, but like builders all over the nation. That are seeing shortages, and because of immigration crackdowns, the cash only, yes, illegal immigrants that are doing those jobs. The market was on its ear, and it was twisted like a tree or fruit, kind of growing the wrong way. Now the correction in trying to make that. So recap. Let's start there with a potential temporary visa, and the effort, even locally, going to the White House to try to address that on behalf of the builders here pretty soon.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you, Sergio. Yeah, yesterday was an important day in construction here in the Rio Grande Valley, and we were grateful to have Monica, Representative De La Cruz, to join us, as well as Sam Gilbord from the National Association of Home Builders. And Sam is the foremost expert in workforce development and immigration. And the reason why is those two issues run side by side. They are on the same rail. You mentioned earlier that this kind of started. It actually had this situation with the immigration crackdowns, or ICE raids, like people are calling it, didn't start last summer. It didn't even start recently. This has been an issue in the construction business for many years. The home builders have been short construction workers for more than 20 plus years.
Okay.
Coming out of NAHB, the National Association, they report 200,000 workers per month that we're short.
Yeah.
And so this is just a culmination. I don't want to call it the straw that broke the camel's back, but that's where we're almost at.
Understood. Again, this goes back to the topic of kids in high school no longer learning like woodwork or trades. The education has made that correction, and we hear a lot about, even in high schools, kids learning plumbing and electrical work and HVAC. And of course, yes, erecting structures as well. But it takes time to get them out of the system into the front lines. And it takes years for them to become master plumbers or electricians. 8 years, something like that. It takes a long time.
There's definitely
so the industry has always faced a labor shortage.
Always.
And now the cash work on the periphery, all the detail work and tile, whatever, now that's gone. So the delays, Sam Gilbord from the National Association said $10 billion impact so far, which will be mounting over the next several
growing
quarters.
across the nation. I mean, you're talking what you said earlier. There's builders all across the country that are experiencing this. More in certain areas. I think you see those areas reported through the National Association. But to answer your question, yes, there's some proposals that are going up to Washington. That's what these conversations were about.
Yeah.
They're about bringing our concerns, what's happening here in the Valley, the stories, the stats, the people. We had a room full representing every aspect of the construction business, from the builder all the way to the lender and everybody in between. And this was a time for us to voice our concerns, ask those tough questions. The Congresswoman was very gracious to answer those. We pressed her a little bit, but we were firm. We want a permanent solution, and she has proposed some great things. She's bringing them to the Speaker of the House and her party within the next week. And she's on fire. We're on fire. Whatever we can do to support that legislation, and we may talk about it or we can get into it, but the Dignity Act is what we want to promote as a permanent solution, and that's also been supported by our National Association.
Is that the Bracero 2.0, or is the Dignity Act? It's morphed. Bracero 2.0, which he has talked about here on the program many months back, now morphed into this so-called Dignity Act, where well, they were working on it anyway. Okay, let's retool things, bring them back temporarily, have them pay taxes, different wage, all that, and protect the investors and the businesses and the contractors that need delivery. They need to deliver, especially in an expanding economy when we have trillions of dollars that have been invested or being invested now, from data centers to chip manufacturers, Arizona, Texas, all these places. They need a lot more workers.
A lot more workers. And not just in construction. You need ag workers. You need all types. We talked about this a few weeks ago. they're saying, well, no Americans want to do these jobs, or they're taking Americans' jobs. There's both sides. Either way, whether it's an American or an immigrant, we need to fill those jobs. We need to have production. We need to have rooftops. I mean, that's what we're focused on.
The potential argument for Johnny Vasquez with the Rio Grande Valley Builders Association, again, near future, there will be a delegation from Texas, from South Texas, meeting at the White House, making that point. I think I believe the thesis of the argument would be the fact that construction firms and those that are in the business of building, whether it's homes or commercial sites, the expansion of the economy that we need and expect, in order to inject GDP, expand the economy, and provide the jobs. If you can't deliver the warehouse, if you can't deliver the expansion of industry, if you can't deliver the neighborhoods to house all the employees, then that will continue to depress delivery, not only on the buildings, but delivery on the stronger economy that needs to roar faster and provide more jobs faster. So build it and they will come. So I think that's probably the thesis of it. Let's go ahead and inject more fuel into the economy and get these projects finished and delivered.
We have delays. We're expecting delays to continue until there's a solution. If there's even a temporary, a carve out or whatnot, what you asked about the Bracero program, if that is a possibility, I believe they're proposing the HBC. What is it?
I had it written.
I wrote it down. Yeah. So this is an important part of any movement we can get towards a solution, temporary or long term. But we want to support a long-term solution. Sergio, it's been 40 plus years, and I'm going to keep hammering this. I was in diapers the last time. Well, maybe I wasn't in diapers, but I was out of diapers by then, and I was a very young man, and no immigration reform has been done in so many years. And I believe this is the moment right now that we're at to get something across the line that's permanent.
Yeah. Well, you brought up the diapers, and you were in diapers a lot longer than most kids, So
probably. I forget.
But let's hope that this labor shortage issue is resolved before you and I wind up in diapers again, the cyclical thing,
that's
right?
True.
Before it is being addressed, it seems. You got adult high schools, and you got career and technology programs that are teaching our huercos to become the plumbers and the electricians and do all that construction work. I would hope that they copy-paste that. More districts would copy-paste successful programs that do career and technology, whether it's McAllen, Brownsville. Edinburgh has an amazing program, but they need to pump out more kids to meet that chronic shortage of many years that we've seen, because we emphasize at high school, at the high school level for many years, incorrectly, in my opinion, de-emphasize the trades. And now we're having to catch up. And it will take 12, 18 months just to get the workers out there side by side with the professionals. And then wait for, another 6-8 years for them to become master, electrician, plumber. But at least we're starting there. There is a push by the White House, right, to provide more for trades and technology.
There's a push by us. Our organization, the Rio Grande Valley Builders Association, we're committed to the workforce development down here. We're working with the South Texas College. We just started conversations with them. They got a great program there, and they want to know, what do the builders need? Well, we need workers, but what specifically? Those are the specifics that are very important to fast tracking these individuals out of these to get them ready, work ready. And we're also working with the high schools. Edinburgh has a great program. We've also reached out to Donna. Donna has a great program. PSJA. These are all available for students coming out of high school, and we're supporting them. We're providing scholarships for these young men and women that want to get into the trades. It is a money maker. I mean, you're talking about, you got to put the time in, but it's a possibility to have a business, grow a business, and inject your talent into the construction industry that needs you.
Yeah, I wonder if most of these builders would be willing to go ahead and open up the payroll and bring in some of these fresh faces, new faces, these kids, STC and even the high schools, put them next to some of their expert builders to hopefully learn faster and get the jobs done faster, side by side, working with them. Johnny Vasquez is with the Rio Grande Valley Builders Association. Yesterday they had a meeting with our Valley Congresswoman Monica de la Cruz. Her Bracero program is now morphing into her Bracero program proposal that she's talked about is now morphing into what was the name of that? It was the Dignity.
Yeah, the Dignity Act, and
Okay,
it's been around since 2022, if I'm not mistaken. But now it's reintroduced with some changes. In
So the gist of
2025.
it is to anyone who worked and is but not allowed to work because they're not in the country legally, provide some type of temporary. The call would be provide some type of temporary visa for them.
Yeah.
To adjust their wage,
A work visa, right.
at least a minimum proper wage, pay taxes, and help provide the labor that is not there. That's just the reality. Taking American jobs. Well, yeah. Well, where are the Americans willing to swing the hammers and get it done? It's not there.
Yeah.
There's percentage-wise, más o menos. And I guess you could look back to the Parade of Homes because that's the last time we had a long conversation about that.
Right.
How many of the Parade of Homes projects were delayed or not delivered for the parade when customers came out to see that these homes that were not finished back then during the summer when all this started?
Yeah, last summer, exactly in June last summer when we actually went up to DC and were there just by not by coincidence, but we were there for a reason. There was 29 homes that were in our Parade of Homes. 2 of them were unfinished, and probably a handful of them were delayed. And that was a direct impact from this immediate raid and these immediate changes. So, so we felt that impact right on. It's only gotten to a point where we're waiting. We're waiting for Congress. Again, we're asking Congress to act. We're asking for people out there to call your congressperson. I know you probably heard this 1,000 times, but it makes a difference. It really does. Call your congressman and congresswoman if you believe that we need to make a change to immigration reform. I think now is the time. I know now is the time to do it.
Well, as I said cynically yesterday, it is an election year, and all these businesses and contractors and builders, they're known for making generous campaign donations to, Congress that is up for election every 2 years, all over the nation, not only around here, all over the nation, where projects, there is demand for construction. There are a lot of projects that need to expand. There's a lot of concrete, the slabs that need to be put out there in the expansion of industry because the investment is there. It's just waiting on, for the construction motor to run and get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to take getting to the White House and to the president for him to understand as a businessman how to inject the proper stimulus workforce back into the construction industry. Anything else you want folks to know before I let you go?
The good news is that Sam from National Association of Home Builders was positive. He was excited. He sees that there is going to be some movement in Washington. Hope to see something very, very soon. We represent over 100 companies here in the Rio Grande Valley, thousands of jobs. In addition to that, we're part of the National Association that's several members. And in the state of Texas, we have almost 10,000 members that represent almost 750,000 jobs here in Texas. So, we have builders vote. And we are standing by to see any relief from Washington. And of course, like you said, it's an election year. We're going to be watching.
All right. Thank you, Johnny, for stopping by.
Thank you.
With the Rio Grande Valley Builders Association is Johnny Vasquez. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. This is your station for Super Bowl 60. Check of sports up next.
Come experience larger-than-life luxury and design at Bird Ogden Infiniti in Edinburgh. You're invited to come in and choose from a great selection of new Infinitis available now. Drive off in your own 2025 Infiniti QX50, which is 0% APR for 36 months. And all Infinitis come available with the Infiniti Premium Care Maintenance Plan for 3 years. Experience luxury as it's meant to be at Bird Ogden Infiniti on the corner of Alberta and Expressway 281 in Edinburgh. Shop from the entire line of Infinitis online at birdogdeninfiniti.com.
Imagine there was more of you. A you to handle schedules and time cards. A you to make sure all the right new hire forms are completed. When you partner with Paychex, we become an extension of your team. From easy online payroll and benefits to expert HR advice, we give you more of you. New customers book a meeting with Paychex and get a $50 gift card. Visit paychex.com/you.
The rental team at ASCO is ready to help you find the right equipment to do the job. For over 65 years, we've dedicated ourselves to supporting you with fast service and reliable equipment. Choose from daily, weekly, or long-term rental options to fit your project's needs. Buy it, rent it, support it. We're on it at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com for your next equipment rental. That's ASCOEQ.com.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
Just on half. You're the other white meat.
Papa J, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
It's Jeff Dunham, Saturday, January 31st, Payne Arena. Tickets on sale now only at jeffdunham.com.
Our call letters, KURV. Our frequency, 710 AM. Our specialty, news and talk. News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The San Antonio Spurs got the win over the Houston Rockets in comeback fashion for a final score of 111-99. The Rockets outscored the first quarter by 10 for a strong start, and the Spurs wouldn't have a great answer in the second as Houston led by 8 going into the half. The comeback started in the third quarter as the Spurs put up 30 points compared to 24 for Houston. Houston's slide continued in the fourth as the Rockets managed just 13 points in the final 12 minutes, while Spurs forward Victor Wembanyama put up 14 points by himself in the fourth. Wemby was once again the top performer for San Antonio, and here was his top play, a steal and alley-oop dunk with the assist from Stephon Castle.
Wembanyama with his second basket, then gets a deflection. 3-on-1. Here comes the alley-oop. Wembanyama on top of the defender, throws it down. And that's a Men Thompson, a high flyer, but he had no chance to break up that pass to Wemby.
Next up, the Spurs head to Charlotte to face the Hornets Saturday afternoon at 2, and the Rockets face the Hawks in Atlanta tonight at 7. The Dallas Mavericks are going downhill again as last night's loss to the Timberwolves marks back-to-back losses for the Mavs. Things were close in the first quarter as both teams put up nearly 30 points, but Minnesota took over in the second as they held Dallas to just 19 points for a 10-point game at halftime. The Mavericks would score 30 in the fourth quarter, but it wouldn't matter as Minnesota closed out the game for a final score of 118-105. The loss puts Dallas at 19-28 on the season. Next up, the Mavericks stay at home to host the Charlotte Hornets tonight at 7:30 with local coverage on KFAA 29. That's your Texas in the Morning Sports Report. I'm Jet Nelson.
AccuWeather says highs today should be upper 70s, mid to upper 70s, and lows tonight in the 50s. And highs tomorrow, mid-60s. So we have some slightly cooler air that's going to bleed and flow into the area. And so tomorrow, next day, mid-60s. But right now, it's mid-40s in Harlingen and McAllen, Edinburgh Mission, upper 40s, and Brownsville, SpaceX, about 49, 50 degrees. Porter Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. And if you're driving back to the U.S., headed to the McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh area, 1 hour at Ansalduas, 1 hour wait time using the Hidalgo Bridge, about 45 minutes at the Far Bridge. If you're driving back to Brownsville from Matamoros, 20 to 35 minutes at B&M and Gateway, and about 20 minutes at the Veterans Bridge. Thank you for waking up and joining us on 710 AM radio. Appreciate you, especially if you're new to the audience. Thank you for tuning into all this information. New to the market. Appreciate you. Join us online, Radio Para Mi. It's the free app, Radio Para Mi. Go get it. Listen to 710 KURV on your smartphone. Business news up next. The smartest call that you can make today as a business manager and a property owner is Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, because they want to meet you. They want to put you on that call list and set up a meeting with you. Go to your business, go to your building, and send expert crews who know what to look for at that roofing system. Commercial strips, multi-level buildings, retail, medical, whatever it is, or whatever building you have. You need to make sure that water doesn't come down on you the next time we get a gully washer. Someday, the promise is it'll rain again someday in the valley. It's bone dry, but someday it will rain. And especially, and I'm talking especially to some of y'all who take out the buckets when it starts raining. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Customers saying that. Call Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing. They'll tell you what's going on. What's the problem? What's wrong? Maybe no water coming down at you now, but prevent it coming down in the future. They'll shut you down. Free inspection, free report on what's going on with your commercial roofing system. What you waiting for? 125 plus years of experience, cutting edge roof installation, repair, maintenance technology, advanced waterproofing solutions. Chamberlain at 956-655-6178.
McAllen International Car Fest is ready to roll, and we're bringing the celebration back outdoors for our 16th anniversary with a record-breaking 300-plus cars on display around the McAllen Convention Center and Oval Park. Check out the new Porsche showroom with over 25 exotic cars. Enjoy live music stages and a beer garden. See legendary vehicles from over 90 categories, including classics, muscle, hot rods, and more. Buy, sell, or swap rare parts at the swap meet. Snap photos with famous cars and characters. Then test your skills, build and race your own car on the 50-foot Lego track. And don't forget the new Free Kids Zone with all-you-can-play arcade fun. Presented by McAllen International Airport, Payne Auto Group, and Barrett Auto Gallery. McAllen International Car Fest runs January 30th through February 1st at the McAllen Convention Center. Kids 12 and under get in free. Get tickets now at McAllenCarFest.com.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at Lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. Hey RGV, do you love radio, events, and meeting people? Radio United is looking for brand activation ambassadors for our stations. This is a part-time position, perfect for those who want to have fun while working. If you're bilingual, 21 or older, and have a valid driver's license and legal authorization to work in the U.S., we want you on our team. We offer great benefits and opportunities for growth. Send your resume to human resources at radiounited.com. Radio United is an equal opportunity employer.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with your money now. Applebee's is bringing back its $100 date night pass. The deal, which is valued at $600, offers up to $50 off food and non-alcoholic drinks for 12 visits. Only 3,000 Club Applebee's members will be randomly selected to buy the pass. The pass can be used from March of 2026 to February of 2027. Deutsche Bank said profits attributable to shareholders came in at nearly $1.6 billion for the final 3 months of 2025. The investment bank was also searched by German authorities yesterday as part of a probe into alleged money laundering. Starbucks is hosting an investor day in New York City, and executives are expected to share more about their vision for the company and release a long-term forecast. The coffee chain has been in turnaround mode under CEO Brian Niccol, and his strategy seems to be working. The company's transactions grew for the first time in 2 years during its fiscal first quarter. Futures are slightly higher. Wednesday, the Dow Industrial gained 12. That's your money now.
Visa is partnering with the new children's savings accounts. The Trump accounts are creating a platform to provide parents a chance to save, and of course businesses that wish to also provide money for the babies born last year and up to 2028. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. AccuWeather says highs for today will be mid-upper 70s, lows tonight in the 50s, highs tomorrow in the mid-60s. Thank you for joining us on Newstalk 710 KURV. Stick around. Producer Freddie going to give you a chance to win a couple of tickets to see Jeff Dunham this weekend at the Payne Arena. Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. We got Fox News coming up in 2 minutes.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 and Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
You still thinking about selling or scaling your business? Well, great, but thinking is not going to get it done. You know, for $34 a month on RioPlex Business Exchange, that'll do it. Get real investors, real buyers, and real opportunities to sell your business. Don't leave your future to chance. Own it. RioPlex Business Exchange will give you real valuations, real buyers, and opportunities. Subscribe at RioPlexBusinessExchange.com today.
Texas Republicans. President Trump has been betrayed by failed politician Myra Flores. Listen for yourself.
President Trump, making mistakes. President Trump, making mistakes.
Myra Flores keeps running for Congress and losing, underperforming President Trump. Now records reveal why. Myra Flores has been caught in a scheme paying herself and family over $150,000 with campaign funds, enriching herself at South Texas expense. Betrays Trump, enriches herself? We can't trust failing Myra Flores. That's why President Trump has endorsed conservative fighter Eric Flores, an Army infantry captain. Eric Flores fought for his country, took on the cartels as a federal prosecutor, and Eric never backs down from a fight. Trump gives Eric his complete and total endorsement. Trump said Eric's an America First patriot who will secure the border, champion law enforcement, and who will never let you down.
I'm Eric Flores, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Eric Flores for Congress.
Save more with the #1 team in Texas, Burdock Buick GMC in Edinburg. Take advantage of amazing savings and drive a new Sierra 1500 for just $125 a month. You heard right, just $125 a month. Plus, that's how you can make no payments for 90 days. We know who's #1. You, our valued customer. Come see Billy Kelly and his amazing team in Edinburg today. We shop the competition so you don't have to at the #1 team in Texas, Burdock Buick GMC in Edinburg. GMC, we are professional grade.
Dale gas.
This is your news, weather, and talk station. News Talk 710, KURV, and KURV.com.
It is a Thursday morning, January 29th, 2026. You're listening to the Morning News. It's News Radio for South Texas. Appreciate you. You go find us at Radio Para Mi. Listen online. Show producer Fred Cruz and Jason Catarina, meteorologist from AccuWeather. I'm Sergio Sanchez. You and family, appreciate you tuning in. News, a service of Jay Gonzalez, injury attorneys ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Border Guard Tom Homan addressing ICE enforcement operations in Minneapolis. The city's mayor, Jacob Fry, says he and the city's police department will not comply with federal immigration law. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar throws her hat into the ring for governor.
3,000 ICE agents on our streets and in our towns, sent by an administration that relishes division.
That from video posted X. The Democrat wants to keep the State House blue. Governor Tim Walz recently ended his re-election bid. President Trump holds his 10th cabinet meeting later this morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer becomes the first British leader to visit communist China in 8 years. He and President Xi Jinping call for a strategic partnership to deepen ties as they try to mend a fractured relationship. America's listening to Fox News.
The application process for the Texas School Choice Voucher Program application process kicks off next week, and it now includes pre-K.
Those kids who qualify for the state's free pre-K program would also be eligible for a nearly $11,000 voucher to cover private school pre-K under the new Texas Education Freedom Account Program, or TIFA.
You can also qualify if you're a child that's unable to speak or comprehend English, child experiencing homelessness, or has ever been enrolled in the foster care program.
Also, the kids of public school teachers. Catherine Davis is with Child Care Associates. She says pre-K families will need additional documentation.
Qualifying based on income, that's going to be your tax documents. Qualifying based off of their child's language status, they're going to need to get the home language survey.
There is a TIFA information session set for Saturday in Fort Worth at Texas Wesleyan. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
And Hidalgo County receiving a $15 million grant from the Texas Water Development Board. It's added to the $30 million the county already has. $75 million project they're working on, a wastewater, a water treatment, that is, a water treatment plant for Edinburgh should provide about 5 million gallons a day. This is the Valley's Morning News, and producer Freddie is feeling generous right now. So Jeff Dunham, comedian Jeff Dunham, with Ahmed, the dead terrorist. Not Akbar, Ahmed. Yeah. Let's see. Peanut. Walter is El Viejil, right? Walter's the old guy, the prune face, grumpy dude, right? They used his face, compared it to Joe Biden, right? Here's a trivia question. So you answer this correctly. First come, first serve. Answer the following trivia question correctly. You win 2 tickets to see Jeff Dunham at the Payne Arena. Saturday, right, Freddie? Yeah. It's on Saturday. Here's the number to call, 956-862. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Here's the number to text your answer. Yeah, you have to message. It's WhatsApp. You got to, don't call. Freddie's not going to answer. You got to message on WhatsApp. Either send a video with your answer or audio with your answer or type it in. 956-862-2482. 862-2482. Jeff Dunham once held the Guinness World Record for what? What was it for? Jeff Dunham, comedian, once held the Guinness World Record. What was it for? Answer right now. First come, first serve. 956-862-2482. You must answer in text form or send an audio video message to the 710KURV WhatsApp line right now. 956-862-2482.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
One region, one heart, from the valley up to Tamaulipas, miles apart.
The RioPlex Private Sector Economic Development Initiative is showcasing our region's unified resources. As Hidalgo County Judge Richard Cortez notes, no city, no single county alone has the assets necessary to lure big industry and investment.
Creating this regional effort of combining South Texas with northern Mexico gave us the best number of assets to be able to present to outside investors. And I think that it puts us in a very competitive situation. We're competing with the Houston metro area, Dallas, Fort Worth metro area. When we go here, we cannot go as Edinburgh or McAllen or Mission or Brownsville. We have to go here as a region if we're going to be successful. That's why we created the Ambassador Group. And the Ambassador Group is going to be tasked with creating the message and delivering the message to the right people.
South Texas, northern Mexico, our RioPlex region. We have all the resources industry needs.
Winter is supposed to be the coziest time of year at home. But your home isn't going to take care of itself. Here are 5 tips from Mighty Mike to help winterize